What's up guys, Paul from the StreamGeeks. I was recently asked by the California Association of Realtors to talk about how to use live streaming and video premieres to sell your next listing. This video is definitely for realtors, so if you're not a realtor, you're not in the real estate industry, skip this video, it's probably not for you. But if you want to learn how to use live streaming and video technology communications to boost the amount of meetings you can get in Zoom, using social media in the public space to get into more private meetings to sell your next listing, I've got some great ideas for you. All this and more is coming up next. All right, well, let's jump right into it. How can we use Facebook, social media to get more customers into your Zoom meetings in order to sell your next home, get more customers for your next listing? Who are the StreamGeeks? Well, we were invited by the California Association of Realtors to put this presentation together because if you check out our website, if you check out our YouTube and Facebook channel, you will find we focus specifically on live streaming video production tools and really try to make it realistic for folks in different industries to leverage these tools. And that's what this presentation is going to be all about, how to leverage online audiences from Facebook, from YouTube, from LinkedIn, from these massive online social media networks, going from a public space where you can get lots of exposure for your next listing, for your next finding your next buyer, and get them into a more private setting like Zoom, where people can really value your one-on-one guidance and support as a realtor. So that's what this presentation is going to be about at a high level. And I'm going to share some really effective strategies I've been working with realtors on to use social media, live streaming, and the notifications available in that space to get more people to your listings, whether they are an international buyer in your Zoom session, or just somebody who may be socially distant, is trying to look for a home or list their home, but isn't sure how to do it. This is going to be kind of the structure here. We're going to go from starting with like chatting on a live stream, right? You want to get people to engage with your video. And we're going to talk about live video premieres using YouTube and Facebook. But we'll also talk about live streaming and why it's so powerful. The goal is to get people to engage with your content. As soon as someone starts engaging with your content, then Facebook and YouTube will start sharing your content with them more often. And it's just a great way to start to get comments, and you can reply to those comments and start communicating with new buyers from around the world. The point is that you need to have exciting content that people actually want to engage with. It's not going to work if you're not providing cool content. So we'll talk about how to do that, and it's really going to expand your networking capabilities. So we go from chatting on a live stream, getting them into your Zoom meeting, and hopefully you get 2 or 3 buyers in your Zoom meeting from the results of all of your social media exposure. And we're going to show you how to make it super exciting and how to do it at the right time. And you get 2 or 3 or 4 buyers in your Zoom meeting, then you might want to break them out into smaller breakout rooms with different realtors in your organization. And that's where we can really get interactive and provide that one-on-one guidance for each buyer. And just at a high level, there's live streaming, okay, and video premieres that can happen on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And then there's video conferencing, and Zoom has really dominated that space. But from there, once we go from the live stream down into the video conference, we want to get into these interactive breakout sessions where we're providing one-on-one support. And what I've seen this work well is folks are actually integrating all of this into their website and sticking to a really reliable schedule, like every Saturday morning or every Monday night. And we'll talk about Facebook watch parties and Facebook premieres to do this, but also folks who can create a community, whether it's a LinkedIn group or a Facebook group for buyers in the specific area that you live in. That can be really helpful for sharing your content out and making it more shareable because people connect. Now, what is a Facebook premiere? A Facebook premiere, you shoot a video. And I'm going to share a strategy with you for an open house. And you can apply this to a lot of different areas. But you shoot an entire video. I would say use a GoPro, right? Record a nice video of the house and then you premiere it on Facebook. You upload it to Facebook. You say, I want this video to premiere at 9 a.m. on Saturday. And then everyone who likes your page, everyone you share it with, anyone who says they're interested gets notified. And there's a countdown timer. And then at that time at 9 a.m., the video goes live. So not only are you in the video showing the house, but you're also in the chat room able to answer questions for anyone who has them. So Facebook premieres are a little different than Facebook watch parties. I think they're both valuable for realtors. Facebook watch parties is essentially like a live event where you can actually queue up videos. And these could be, you could do a watch party for homes in the Bay Area, and you can just go through and queue up different videos. And we'll talk about how all that works as well. But here's my virtual listing strategy. This is how you can sell that new listing using Facebook live streaming and video premieres. Record a nice long home walkthrough. Now, we got a question that folks were asking, well, shouldn't it be a short 3-minute video that's highly produced? Yes, those are great. That's a great attention grabber. But for a Facebook premiere, you probably want it to be a little longer. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever works for you. Just make sure you're showing people a real exclusive look at this house. Doesn't need to be super edited, okay? Leave space. You want to evoke people's emotions to ask questions. You don't want to answer every single question in the premiere. You want them to engage and comment with the live stream. So get a great hero image of the picture outside. You upload the thumbnail. That's your hero image when you upload the Facebook premiere, and schedule it on Facebook. And if you're doing an in-person open house, schedule the premiere for an hour or two before the open house so that you can actually build up that excitement, give people that exclusive view, because let's be honest, not everyone can make it to your open house, but a lot of people are on Facebook and YouTube. So schedule the premiere and then invite people to your Zoom session. Maybe have an assistant or somebody in your organization to be on site at the open house with a Zoom session open so that they can do those customized tours for people. And you use the Facebook premiere as just an exciting option. You're emailing people, you're sharing it on Facebook, you're sharing it with everybody. The premiere happens, and at the end of the premiere, you say, hey, everybody, if you want to see this live, if you want a customized tour, if you want to meet with me, I'm the listing agent, come into my Zoom session. And you can share a QR code, or you can share the link to your Zoom room, and people can come in. That's how you get the leads into your funnel. You may want to add some other lead magnet opportunities as well, but that's the strategy that I believe will really help. I've talked to a lot of realtors using this. It's a great strategy. You should check it out. How does it work? You upload your video to Facebook, and instead of saying publish now, you simply say schedule as a premiere at a specific date and time. The benefit is you get to interact with your audience in real time. So instead of just uploading a video and hoping people watch it, you know exactly when it's going to happen. You promote it, you build up the excitement, and then you're live with them as it's premiering to answer questions. So this is going to be a condensed version of this presentation because we're uploading this to YouTube and Facebook, but comment below, I'm not going to go into every bit of detail here. I'm going to go pretty quickly. But high level, watch parties is a more relaxed version of video premieres and live streaming where you can schedule a watch party and you can actually set up, I'm going to show this slide here, hosts and co-hosts. So you can have other realtors that you trust in your group as a co-host, and you can just have these watch parties going on where you're basically queuing up videos on Facebook, and you're creating this queue where you're looking at one home, then you're looking at another home. And that's why it's important to become a video maker, to get this collection of homes that are on the market. Even if it's already sold, you can make, I don't know what the privacy there is, but if it's a home that recently sold, you can say, hey, this one recently sold for X amount of dollars. Let's just take a look at it and compare it to this one that's on the market now as an example. And it's a very effective way to use the existing video content you have, show it in a live format, and give you that live communication capabilities with online viewers. So the strategy at a high level, I call it the pump and dump, right? So we're pumping up the excitement of this video premiere, and then we're dumping everybody into what's the next action, right? The dump is go to Zoom, right? I'm here. I'm on site at the open house. I can give you a customized tour. So it's the pump and dump strategy. There's a lot of benefits to this. I can share this presentation in the links below so you can get all of this, but it helps you create a relationship in this social media process. And there's a lot of great benefits for you to get communications and comments and thoughts from buyers. The great thing about Facebook, as soon as they start commenting on Facebook, you basically have the ability to direct message them, friend them, and you can use this as a great tool. Now, I also was asked to provide some tips on how to increase the quality of our Zoom meetings. One thing a lot of people don't know about is there's a group HD feature in Zoom. You can enable that, and that allows you to get HD video in your Zoom meeting. So if you're paying for a professional account, make sure you do that. There is a little bit of a process to get 1080p, which I have, and I love it. You do need to submit a support ticket. You do need to be on a business plan. If you don't do that, essentially most of your calls are going to be in 320 by 240, maybe 640 by 480. But in general, you're not going to want to use Zoom for recording your videos. There is an option for connecting OBS or vMix or Wirecast, a video production software, to Zoom and really increase your video production capabilities and show lower thirds and videos through your virtual webcam. I'm not going to go into that. We've got great videos on our YouTube channel on how to do that, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that's really a huge step forward in increasing your video production capabilities. Now, since we're talking about creating videos, right, and premiering them on Facebook and YouTube, don't record the videos in Zoom. Probably shouldn't even use your phone. You should probably buy a GoPro because the quality is so much better. If you're recording videos and posting them with Zoom, you need to know that the quality is very low. It's basically it's not even good enough quality for YouTube, in my opinion. You really want to record with something like a GoPro or something that is a higher bit rate, and we've got some great videos on how to do that. But trust me, using a GoPro or even your phone is going to be 10 to 100 times higher quality than a Zoom recording. Zoom is great for what it is, real-time communications, but use a GoPro. When you are using Zoom, make sure to plug into an Ethernet cable if it's available to you. If not, you can go with Wi-Fi, but it's not going to be as good. Other than that, the last thing I'll leave you guys with is when you're using Zoom, prepare a good agenda for these meetings and make sure that, you make it fun, make it exciting, have the agenda ready so people know what they're attending, and then address the conflict straight up.